Hi, it's Kevin Wright here, and we're at the start of another of my mentee case studies. So, where are we on this one? We're in the historic town of Lincoln, and I'm here with Maggie, and we're going to find out about Maggie's latest project, and we're going to look at how she plans to turn this property from its current dilapidated state into something quite magnificent. So this was an auction purchase, so for any of you that might be interested in buying properties at auction, I'm looking forward to asking Maggie how she got on with that auction purchase. So now, Maggie.
Hello.
Hi. Tell us about this property. So where did you actually find it?
I found it on Rightmove.
Right.
I'm on Rightmove quite often because I always look for properties, and that caught my attention. This property caught my attention because of its location. It's a wonderful location, just a few minutes from the main square near the cathedral and backing onto the castle. So I thought, well, let's have a look at that one. There was quite a lot of interest, so I didn't expect to be able to buy it, but I thought, why not? Why not try, have a look, do some research, and yeah, I've decided to buy it, and I bought it.
Good. So hopefully from my training you worked out that you have to set your auction price and your maximum bid price.
Oh, absolutely.
And be strict on that, and if it goes over, then well, this isn't one you buy. So you did all of that, so that's great. So you knew the maximum you could go to make this work as a project, and luckily enough, even though there was a lot of pre-auction interest on the day, it seems not so much, and you managed to get it under your budget.
That's absolutely correct, yes. I was prepared to pay more for it. I was actually planning to make an offer prior to auction because I've been told and I've seen a lot of people looking at that property, so I thought it might be actually worth trying to make an offer prior. But now I'm glad I didn't, because I was prepared to pay more than I got it for on the day. So it was actually a good choice to go through with the auction.
Great, so that's the unpredictability of auctions, is that you never quite know who's going to turn up on the day and who's going to bid.
Absolutely,
you know?
Yeah. It was an online auction as well, because we are where we are with COVID at the moment. So yeah, it was entirely online, but the experience was wonderful. So not stressful at all. I think even better than being in the room.
So you got this under budget then, and what did you actually end up paying for it?
207.
207?
Yeah, the guide price was 200,000 and I got it for 207.
Wow, that's quite a surprise really, isn't it? Because you see, you know, in a lot of auctions that it just goes way above the...
That's right, and the same happened during this auction actually. I was watching, this was lot number 12, so I was watching previous lots from the beginning, and some of them went way over the guide price. So I thought, okay, I probably have no chances here, but you know, just still going for it. And to my surprise, I got it for 207, which it's a really good price, I think, for what it is and the location.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's quite a special location, isn't it? It's you know, as I've mentioned, historic Lincoln, and it is. It's, you know, it's got the, you know, the fantastic cathedral, and it's a really atmospheric town centre. Now, one of the big things that I always talk about if you're going to buy at auction is to study the legal pack carefully, because that's where sellers, some sellers, not all sellers, but some sellers can put some what I call little grenades in there that explode on an unexpected buyer. And what I mean by that is costs that are hidden in the legal pack that buyers have to pay. So I guess you read the legal pack thoroughly.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Good.
I always do that. I would never buy anything without reading the legal pack. I've seen loads of them, I went through them. There's another way, you can always pay a solicitor to do it for you, but then if you look at many properties all the time, you'd have to spend a fortune before you even buy something. Sure. So I rely on myself, unless I find something dodgy, then I'll probably ask a solicitor for advice. But I went through this one several times, and there's nothing out of ordinary. So, which has been later confirmed after completion by my solicitor, luckily. So yeah, but legal pack, yeah, number one, you have to read it always.
Great. And this one just had a pretty standard buyer's premium, did it?
That's right, yes, 750 including VAT.
750 including VAT, yeah. Well,
yeah, there's no further charges.
That's quite reasonable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, pretty standard, 10% deposit on exchange and then completion completion was actually 8 weeks, not your standard 28 days.
Now that's unusual, isn't it? Because most auctions are 28-day completion. This
right.
one actually was 8 weeks.
Yes, that's right, which actually worked out quite well for me because that gives you peace of mind whilst you get your finance arranged.
Sure.
We completed earlier than 8 weeks. It was sort of 44 days completion. The seller was happy that we've managed to complete earlier. I'm happy as well, I'm here, so I can start planning what to do.
And this is a probate sale, I believe, was it?
It is, yes. Yeah, it was a elderly lady living here since I think 1954 or 1956 all her life, so she clearly enjoyed the property and the location. And yeah, it was family selling. She died, so yeah, the family was selling inheritance. Yeah,
and you know, these old rundown properties, you know, they often are probate properties. So probate properties can often be actually a good type of property to buy, can't they, Maggie?
Oh yes, absolutely. And I bought a probate property in the past. What it tells me is it's a genuine sale. There's nothing dodgy going on. It's not someone is trying to get rid of the property for any reason because it has a problem. Like you see often at auction, you find properties with all sorts of issues. Probate tells me that it's rather fine. It's just family getting rid of it. It needs work, so you know, that's the easiest way for them to sell and the quickest as well.
So it's a win-win, really, isn't it? The sellers get a quick conclusion without it dragging on for months through an agent, and the buyer gets to buy it with an equally quick conclusion, so it works for both parties. So the really interesting bit then, Maggie, is what you're going to do with it. Right,
I've got big plans, Kevin. I want to turn it into a really, really high quality holiday let. So everything has to go. We'll be stripping it down to bricks, starting again basically. Over here I've got big plans for this particular wall. Get rid of the chimney breast, open it up with bifolding doors overlooking the castle, which we'll look at later. I just want to bring the views back into the house.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm very much into knocking walls down, so I'll be probably knocking that wall down as well.
Yeah, okay.
The kitchen is quite small at the moment, so I really want to make it bigger, so it will be open plan, kitchen diner.
That'd be nice. Now, I've heard this house has got a cellar, Maggie.
It does, yes, but actually I will be covering it up.
Okay.
I would like to maximise the living space, make the kitchen bigger than it is at the moment. As you can probably see, it's quite small. And I think people can do without a cellar these days. Kitchen is more important.
Yeah. I mean, you know, open plan living is the sort of thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, the living room stays as it is, so it will be just renovated with, you know, high quality materials. Sure. It has to look impressive when you walk in. And I think, you know, the staircase, the door, the beautiful windows, once it's done, it is going to look amazing. I've got a vision already for it.
That's brilliant.
So it's just to work towards that vision.
Fantastic.
Of what it's going to look like.
I'm going to be really interested to see how this one develops. So, tell me about the upstairs, Maggie. What are your plans for this?
Right, with upstairs I'm a little bit undecided. We've got 2 bedrooms at the moment, big bathroom. So I was thinking, make it into a 3-bed, but I'm still sort of trying to work out where to create the bathroom, if I'm going to use the existing bathroom as a 3rd bedroom, but it's a possibility. Then we've got master on at the front at the moment of the house. I'm thinking to make the back bedroom into a master bedroom with vaulted ceilings, overlooking the castle with a little Juliet balcony. That would look absolutely amazing. So this is again my vision. I visualise how I want to see the end product. I haven't quite worked out yet with the bathrooms whether it's going to remain as a 2-bed house or if I'm going to make it into a 3-bed. But yeah, I'm working on it. In the next few days it will all be a lot clearer. We are starting knocking it about next week. So
I must say I love the sound of that new master bedroom with the vaulted ceiling, which always looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And the Juliet balcony again.
Overlooking the castle.
Overlooking the castle. Yeah, we've got to get those castle views in somewhere.
Absolutely,
haven't
yeah,
we? Good.
absolutely.
Now there's this awkward little room here, isn't there? It's a sort
I know.
it's a strange thing, isn't it? It's actually over the passageway that adjoins to the next house.
That's right, yes, this is a link detached house.
Link detached, yeah.
For that reason, because of that little thing.
So auctions are mostly either cash purchases or bridging finance because of the time frame, even though you had longer on this one. And I understand that you used bridging finance for this purchase.
Right. Yes.
Good. So how did that work out?
Right, so obviously on exchange I had to put down 10% deposit, which I did. But eventually I went for cross-collateral bridge, which is something you teach about.
So cross-collateral bridging. So if you've looked at my video, which is the 5 types of bridging, you'll see that cross-collateral bridging is one of those 5 types. So once you finish watching this video, go check that out. So cross-collateral bridging then. So to reduce or even eliminate the deposit, you manage to put a bridging loan, one bridging loan against 2 properties.
That's right.
This one and one you already own.
That's correct.
With significant equity in it.
That's correct, yeah.
And
that means that I am allowed to buy this property with a lot less cash, because obviously you still need money to do it up. So the money I would be otherwise spending on deposit, I will be spending on refurb.
Brilliant.
And I can still look for other projects because I still have some cash left over for something else. So that's literally halved the amount of money I needed for this property. It's an amazing strategy.
Which is why I teach it.
Yes.
So creative strategies that are legal, obviously, but allow you to buy bigger properties, or what I like to call punch above your weight, is at the core of the training that I do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that actually, your training saved me probably about 50, 60 grand on this property.
Brilliant.
Because I've still got that money to do something else, and I'm actually looking for other projects at the same time. Whilst I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for your training. So wonderful training, and I highly recommend.
So Maggie, timescales.
Right, I have a 12-month bridge, so
Okay.
I have plenty of time.
Yeah.
I don't want to rush it, I want to do it properly.
Yeah.
Ideally I would like the whole project to be done within sort of 5 months, so I can start refinancing it, looking into exit strategy. But yeah, I think I've given myself enough time to turn it around into something special.
That sounds good. And you know, we would always recommend that you go long on bridging, because a lot of people get into trouble with bridging because they try and get the loan too short, and then they're under pressure to finish it, and you know, everything sort of suffers when you're trying to rush things. So I think that's absolutely right. Go long on the bridging loan, because you don't pay for the interest that you never use. So if you were to sell it or refinance it within, let's say, 8 or 9 months, then those other months at the back end of that loan you wouldn't pay.
Absolutely, yes, and that's what I've done with my previous project. I've managed to finish everything early, and I got cash back at the end, which is always nice. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so exits. What's your plan? What's your plan A, and do you have a plan B?
Yes, well, I actually have plan A, B, and C. So plan A, my number one preferred choice would be to keep it as a holiday letting, if I can refinance it with a commercial mortgage. I'm actually having a meeting next week with someone from Sykes Cottages.
Okay,
they are going to tell me what income I can expect in terms of holiday lettings. I know more or less, I'm not going to say at the moment, because I've done my research as well, but this is what they do all the time, and they actually cover this areas. They cover whole of the UK, but
they do,
but they've got experience with Lincoln. They actually told me it's absolutely amazing location for this type of thing. So that will be interesting. Based on that, I'll obviously discuss the situation with commercial valuers, local commercial valuers, to get some kind of indication of what it could be valued at for a commercial mortgage. So that's number one. Number two, that doesn't work out, we'll try normal lettings.
Yeah.
And number three would be sale.
Okay, good. So I think every deal should have at least a plan B. Yeah. But if you can have a plan C as well, that's never a bad thing.
That's even better, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think, yeah, I mean, it is bang on the centre of Lincoln, so it's all within walking distance.
Yes.
And I think that does lend itself to whether it's a holiday let or serviced accommodation.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it seems a great location.
Absolutely, yes. And obviously every house on this road is different, which makes every single one of those houses unique.
Yeah.
So you, in a way, can dictate the price you want to achieve at the end when you are selling.
Yeah.
Obviously not so much when you want to refinance it, because it will be the valuer's opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've picked up the really, really good area for holiday lettings. So yeah, we'll see.
That's great. I mean, you mentioned SOAX, and that reminds me of another of my mentees, Damien, who did a Landudno project, and he's getting a magnificent return on his holiday lets, primarily because it's really good quality for the area. So he went the extra mile, did it really top-notch quality, and he's getting premium holiday let rents on that.
Excellent. Yes. Well, that's what my plan is with this place as well, to make it into a really five-star accommodation.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully it will work out with holiday lets. If not, then we've got other options, other routes to exit.
So it's been fantastic to spend some time in Lincoln and meet Maggie and see what her latest project is. Now, Maggie's an experienced investor, so I've every confidence that she's going to bring this project to a successful outcome. But it's going to be interesting to see how it develops stage by stage. So watch out for the future episodes of Maggie and the Castle View.